Hey, if you are a Barb, if you are Nicki Minaj, you are jumping for joy right now. The case with Nosy Ho has ended, and I have the court documents. Stay tuned. All right, before we get started, let's make sure we have our copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act. Just letting everyone know that this is made for fair use. We are not a paralegal, we're not an attorney, and we're not a judge. We're just simply saying that we know how to read. And what we will be doing today is reading public record court documents. All right, let's get started. All right, welcome back to the channel. All right, now as you can see here, I have the court documents, so let's get started. As you see here, Onika Tanya Mirage versus Marley Green, aka Nosy Hoes. All right, so as you can see here, on September the 12th of 2022, defendant Marley Green, aka Nosy Hoes individually, and through Nosy Hoes Live LLC collectively, made false accusations on Green's Twitter page and other social media that plaintiff, Onika Tanya Mirage, and collectively Green, the parties, used in or abused the C word, including Mirage was a C word. All right, let's get down to line 1. Dismissal with prejudice. Mirage hereby dismisses this action with prejudice and without cost. Green's apology for her false statements about Mirage. She acknowledges and admits that any and all statements which she has ever made about Mirage using in or abusing can't say that word, C word, were false. And B, she has never had any evidence whatsoever of Mirage using and or abusing the C word or any other illegal drug. Hoes hereby apologizes for her false statements about Mirage. Now, let's get into the limitations of Green's future statements about Mirage. Let's get into this here. Let's scroll down. All right. So, number 1, she will never make any statement directly or indirectly which conflicts with the provisions of Section 2 above. She will never state or express her opinion directly or indirectly that Mirage has engaged in any criminal or unethical conduct or otherwise engaged in conduct which reflects poorly on Mirage's integrity. 3, she will never retweet, otherwise post on social media, or publicly recount directly or indirectly another person's statement, including but not limited to any statements published in any media outlet of alleged fact or opinion that Mirage has engaged in criminal or unethical conduct or otherwise engaged in conduct which reflects poorly on her integrity. And 4, she will never mention directly or indirectly Mirage's husband or child in public, each of whom shall be deemed an express third-party beneficiary of this stipulation. Okay, subject to the restrictions set forth above in paragraph 3A, Green shall have the right to make statements or express opinions about Mirage's work as an artist. So let's get into liquidated damages. Green acknowledges that it will be difficult to calculate damages arising from a breach of Section 3 above. She therefore agrees that upon the entry of an order by the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York that Mirage has proven by a preponderance of the evidence that Green breached Section 2, Mirage shall be entitled to a judgment awarding her liquidated damages of $50,000 per each breach. My. All right, let's get down to page 3. Mutual releases. Release by the Mirage parties. Mirage, on her own behalf and on behalf of her agents, heirs, successors, assigns, attorneys, and any non-public businesses entity in which she has a controlling interest, collectively Mirage parties, hereby irrevocably irrevocably and unconditionally releases and discharges each of Green, her agents, heirs, successors, assigns attorneys in any non-public businesses entity in which she has a controlling interest. My. All right, pause your screen if you would like to read. We're going to go to line B. Released by the Green parties. The Green parties hereby irrevocably and unconditionally release and discharge each of Mirage parties of and from any and all claim, debt, obligations, liabilities, and causes of action against any of the Mirage parties, whether known, unknown, suspected, unsuspected, vested, or contingent, which has ever existed or is existing at any time up to including the date of the parties' execution of this stipulation. Miscellaneous provisions. Mirage represents and warrants that A, she has been represented by Judge Bernstein and the negotiation and execution of the stipulation. She is satisfied with Mr. Bernstein's representation of her. Mr. Bernstein has answered all of her questions and fully explained her rights and duties under this stipulation. She is freely and voluntarily entering into the stipulation with knowledge and understanding the meaning and effect, and not as a product of any threats, concern, or undue pressure. Green represents and warrants that A, they have been represented by Bobby Samini, however you say that, and Richard Portal in the negotiation and execution of the stipulation. They are satisfied with Mr. Samini's and Mr. Portal's representation. Mr. Samini and Mr. Portal have answered all of their questions and fully explained their rights and duties under this stipulation. My. And just some signage. So there you have it. Case is closed. If Nosy Ho speaks anything of Nicki Minaj, as y'all saw above, liquidated damages of $50,000 for each breach. My. All right. Well, that ends this video. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, until next time.